Another way of taking x-rays is to bisect the angles. And when we bisect the angles, we use a rin holder that's actually called a snap ray, and this is a snap ray. A snap ray can be used for either posterior x-rays or anterior x-rays. For posterior x-rays, you'd again take a number 2 film and you would put the dot again into the clamp. You don't want the x-ray coming out above the holder at all because the patient's going to bite on this side. We're going to put this in the patient's mouth that the patient's actually biting on this portion in the mouth, and that this part actually goes into the mouth. So if we wanted to take an x-ray in quadrant 1, we're going to take this, have the dot go in, and just slide the holder, and it will hold together. We'll go put this in the mannequin's mouth. So when we place this in our patient's mouth, if I'm taking a posterior maxillary, I'm going to place it in the patient's mouth that the anterior edge of this film is actually closer to the mesial of the 5, because I want to make sure that I get the contact of the distal of the 5 and the mesial of the 6. The patient's going to bite on this wider part. I'm going to have this setting in the mouth. Then I'm going to take my x-ray head, and I want to set this up that we're at a positive 30. So when we line up, we're going to see that there's a little line there, and we're going to have it at 30. When it's at a plus, it means that the head is actually pointing downwards. And as you notice, what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up the bottom of the head with the base of my snap ray. So if I get my head down and I look in this way right here, that this is actually lined up perfectly. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look down the side of my x-ray head, and I want to make sure that the side of this x-ray head is lined up with the anterior portion of the film. So I'm looking at this. My film is sitting up here in this area. And that's how I'm going to take the x-ray. So it's at plus 30.